So we got some snow coming Sunday, possibly. Not, we'll see what happens there, but we got to get ready either way. We haven't put the polycast straight in yet, so that's going to go into the dump truck. It's the first thing we're going to do. Going to take the tailgate off, get that in there, and then we're going to get the plows on the trucks, and if we have to move the skid steer tomorrow, we'll move that tomorrow. I'm not holding my breath because it doesn't sound like they're too confident. It just sounds like we just had a big storm. Sounds like there's another little storm developing and it's going to just brush us and possibly give us a little bit of snow. So we'll see what happens. We'll monitor it, but either way we got to be ready. So I'm going to jump in the machine, get the forks, and we'll get moving.
Yeah. All right, so now if you can lift it, I'll get the pallet out.
That went in real smooth. What we do is, well, what we've been doing is we'll put the spreaders on a pallet when they're not in the trucks, and then basically lift the pallet up, drop the pallet in the truck, and then back up a little bit, put the fork on the spreader, pick that up, pull the pallet out. Easiest way to put them in. Gonna strap this thing down and center it, and then we'll put the spinner on and make sure it runs. I do want to build a little blocker over here for the salt deflector. It's been on my to-do list. Honestly, I just haven't rushed to put this thing in the truck because we haven't had any snow. But we're definitely gonna put something there. So we ended up getting a new battery for the Bobcat the other day. This thing starts first kick right now. It's awesome. The old battery was the original battery since we bought it. So the plows, like I said, we went through a while back, figured them all out. The controller for the blue truck over there, if you watched one of our last videos a while back, the controller was messed up. Tried to fix it, it didn't work. So I ended up buying a new used one. I'm gonna try it out once we get the plow on the truck. That truck's gonna be more of a backup truck this winter. We cut back significantly on our driveways. We still have a lot of our commercial accounts, but we're probably gonna plan to park that truck on smaller storms and just use it, you know, when we need it. Or that's just gonna be the shoveling truck. We'll throw the snow blowers in there and all that stuff, but we're probably not even gonna need it this weekend. I'm not gonna even set it up. We're just gonna get the dump truck and the white truck over there set up. And that way we'll have 2 salt spreaders, 2 plow setups, and we'll probably have a shoveler in each truck, be 4 of us. And then if we get a lot of snow, we'll have someone in the machine. We haven't plowed yet this year, so we haven't even had a trial run. But yeah, we'll figure it out this weekend if it snows. At moment of truth, got it all plugged in. Last time we ran this was back in November. Spinner's running. Alright, we're good to go. Spinner's running, chain's running. We'll probably do, we did grease this up last time we ran it. I'll probably spray down the chain and everything, get that all taken care of. Not bad. So that was pretty easy. That took, what, 15 minutes? Definitely suggest if you are putting them in, use the pallet trick. Definitely helps. You don't have to chain it up and try to lift it up. You can honestly do it by yourself. You know, just lift it up, drag the pallet out, drop it. So we're good to go on this. Just gonna get the plows on now. I'll probably pull this one out with the forklift, drop it, and then pull the truck in. And then we're just gonna hook the plow up straight. So good shape. And I know most people have probably hooked up a minute mount before or Fisher plow before. If not, I'm gonna show you real quick. So if you have 2 people, it's pretty easy. Just guide the driver in. So you want to line up your, oh, too much, back up. You want to line up this with here. Just come straight. A little more, right there. So I'll pull it up so that comes in. You take your pins. What you usually have to do is you have to rock the headgear. So you push the headgear back till they pop in. These will pop in on each side. This one didn't go yet. So usually you have to rock the headgear. Jeez, I almost fell. Rock the headgear back. That pops in. Then you pull your jack, which is over there. Pull your jack up. Always put it back in. And then you just hook your wires in. So you pull your wires down. These have a little storage spot up here, so we always put them up into that, and then we obviously dielectric grease them all the time. And then we just hook them up, and you're good to go.
Get them off.
Hold on, let me just take these. So they say it's a minute mount. Usually takes a couple minutes. By yourself, it's a lot harder. With 2 people, you can, I guess you can do it in a minute if you're fast. And he's gonna put the controller on, but it's definitely, you know, a very easy setup to do. I've only had Fisher plows, so I know they all mount the same way. Not really sure. I've never really used another setup, so I'm sure everything's pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy. I don't mind the Fishers, so. And usually what we'll do is we'll just make sure everything angles the right way. Yep, good, good. All right, check the lights. Good, blinkers. Good, good, all set. Yep, good. All right, we're good to go. We checked everything back in November, so there should be no difference, but we're good to go. All right, so next up, the plow for the white truck's over here. Instead of trying to get the truck in there, I'm just gonna lift it out with the forks, drop it, and then we'll just pull the truck right in. Be the easiest way to do it. It's starting to rain again, so I need the windshield wiper. Oh, it's on the inside. Make it a little easier, that way we don't have to try to get the truck in here. So same thing with this. Make sure your pins are open. And I usually just stand in front and guide it in. I usually try to pull it back a little bit in the headgear. We fixed the light bulbs. We never did fix the light on this, but you know what? The zip ties, this one needs a new one, but the zip ties and the string seem to work fine. Back up. That way, just a tiny bit. Straight. Keep going. Good. Alright, like I did before, take the handle with the pins, push on the headgear. Can't do it with one hand. You're gonna have to hold on. Sometimes if they don't line up, you gotta angle the plow, so if you pull on it.
Not this one.
Good. Another thing I should note for anybody that has a Ford truck, your license plate. The screws and the bolts on your license plate, the hose usually rubs, so we always take the top right license plate screw or bolt off. It literally on all my Ford trucks rubs. We found out a couple years ago, you know, about it because we blew a hose, and you see, if you look at all the trucks. Actually, this one we put a different one in there just because we needed for the inspection sticker. But we're in really good shape. Tomorrow I'm gonna see what happens with the forecast tonight because they still don't know. It could only be an inch, might be, you know, bigger. I don't know. So if we're getting anything more than a couple inches, we'll move the skid steer up to its home. This will stay here to load salt. We'll obviously move the push box. It probably won't need the snow bucket. And then this plow, like I was mentioning, gonna just leave as a backup for the blue truck. We're not gonna use that truck unless we get a big amount of snow. We've cut back quite a bit this year, so 2 trucks should work fine. But everything should be all set. We're just gonna get this one hooked up, just make sure it runs, no issues. Then I just gotta check out my new controller for the blue truck. Try it. Go. Stop. We're having a connection issue again with this one. Seems to want to go when I hold it one way. Still flashing. All right, we're gonna have to play with this one. Stay tuned. All right, so we've had issues with this connection 2 years now. It's weird because, like, if you put pressure on it, try it. Go ahead. It works. So obviously the issue's in here. I thought we had it figured out because it did this before. We fixed it, but now it's still doing it. So it's obviously raining. I'm not going to deal with this right now. Well, I mean, we could put the blue truck plow on this truck. It's not the end of the world. Right. I just don't want to have an issue in the middle of a snowstorm, you know? Yeah, so yeah, we'll put the blue truck's plow on that truck for now, and then we'll use that plow as a backup. They're the same plow. It doesn't make any difference. This one's just a little bit older, but I'm not dealing with that issue in the middle of a snowstorm. We'll deal with it another day. We got the blue truck plow hooked up, and we're still having the same issue. So looks like it's actually the truck side wiring. It works if you put some pressure on it, so we're just gonna play with it. There might be too much dielectric grease on it. We greased them up maybe too heavy. So I thought it might have been just a connection between the plow and the truck, so I figured we swapped the plows, but it wasn't. I got a new controller for this truck. Well, it's technically a used one, but got it on eBay for pretty cheap because this one does not work and the button fell off, as you can see. So let's see how this thing works. Should be good. Alright, we're in good shape. All the plows work. We figured out the connection issue on that other truck. There was too much dielectric grease. And the new controller for this truck works. So we are good to go. I'm going to take this off and just put it aside because we're not going to use it. Just gonna play musical trucks now. I just shut that off. So like I said, I'm gonna take this plow back off. Just gonna put it aside. Now we're just gonna stage all the trucks so they're ready to go. And then that way this will be all set. Just gonna pull in, hook up, and go. Just back that dump truck right in there. Yeah. The only thing left, we watch the forecast obviously. If we need to, we're gonna move this to its plow site. We'll do that tomorrow on Saturday. But for the most part, trucks are ready to go. Just gotta throw some shovels in them and some ice melt, but we're good to go. My biggest pet peeve is when people park their trucks and leave the plows up. And he just did that. I just fire him. But it drives me nuts when I see a truck parked in a parking lot or something like that, or parked and just the plow's up. I don't know. I'm sure it's not a big deal, but I don't know. Put it down on the ground. Good. Keep coming, actually. Good. Alright guys, we're good to go. Only thing, like I said, we gotta do is move that machine if we have to. I'm gonna watch the weather tonight. We'll see what happens. We may not even get any snow, who knows. Just checked the weather forecast, the noon weather, and they were saying, you know, coating to an inch, 1 to 3. They don't know. So the other problem is it's going to be like 37 all day on Sunday, so it probably won't even stick. But either way, we're ready. If something happens, it happens. And like I said, we're going away in 2 weeks or in a week, actually a week now, week and a couple days, at the end of the month down in New Jersey for a pool trade show. And I guarantee it's gonna snow that Monday or Tuesday, either 21st or 22nd. Mark my words, and we'll end up canceling the trip. But we'll see, hopefully not, but you never know. It would be nice to get something. Like I've said in other videos, we don't rely on the snow money. It's just extra income to pay the bills. I just saw we were out doing some pool work in our last video. That was actually earlier today, and it's just been crazy weather, so it is what it is. But we're all done for today. I'm gonna go home, probably actually edit this video, get some work done on the computer, and maybe be back tomorrow to move that skid steer, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully the next video is a plowing video. If not, we tried. See you guys, thanks for watching.